Okay, Poland have, been beaten 2-1 by a very solid, hard-working Slovakian side in St. Petersburg. Robert Lewandowski is maybe the best striker in Europe. He was invisible today, absolutely invisible. Was highly ineffective. Slovakia basically cut off the supply to Lewandowski. He's not the type of player to keep coming deep like other centre forwards. And it wasn't the best game, to be fair. I mean, Slovakia played to their strengths, which is counter-attack and choking the midfield, because they don't have an out-and-out striker. So they were just prepared for the grind. And that's how they play. They play to their strengths, grinding it out, counter-attacking football. Poland had most of the possession, created more chances, and were wasteful. And then Mac has a moment of brilliance. This individual effort, I know it goes down to Szczesny own goal. I think it should actually be given as a goal to the player. It clips in off the post and Szczesny's arm, but Mac beats three players, two of them, and nutmegs one of them, two in basically one motion, goes around another player and drills it low and hard to Szczesny's right. And on 17 minutes, it is quoted as an own goal. And Slovakia deserved that with the style of football they were playing. They were playing to their strengths. They took their opportunity. Only took them 17 minutes. And when they had the ball, they did look more dangerous on the counter-attack. They were troubling the Polish defence, which couldn't cope with the fact they didn't actually have an out-and-out centre-forward. You had Duda, you had Hamšík, you had Mac, you had players rotating in a false 9, false 10 kind of position. And they couldn't cope with that. They didn't know who to pick up. On the Polish side of things, when they're going forward, they have a lot of possession, but they were very wasteful, and a lot of their shots were from distance. The Slovaks were very, very good at keeping the Polish attackers out of the box. At half-time, I think it was a deserved half-time lead for Slovakia. Second half, Linetti scores after like 30, 40 seconds, and Poland literally just came out the blocks. A few tactical switches by Sousa, the coach. Linetti scores a very, very good goal. I think Slovakia were caught cold out of half time, and then it makes it a game. And Poland were better in the second half. They were better, but Lewandowski was ineffectual. Now you could say, well, he's getting better quality at Bayern Munich in the team that he's playing with, but there are some pretty good Polish players out there. And they were getting crosses into the box. It was the Slovakian defence did a number on Lewandowski. They didn't give him space. They didn't give him space in the box or on the edge of the box, and they stifled the ball getting to him. So he was very ineffective and didn't make enough movement to give himself some space. Then the Krychowiak second yellow on 62 minutes. Now bear in mind, Poland got back in the game, but here's the thing: Poland never scored more than one goal in a Euros competition match. They've never scored more than a goal a game in the Euros in every time they've qualified. This makes it difficult for them to then obviously go on and win the game. Now they're in the ascendancy at this point, and Lewandowski, while he was getting more on the ball, he wasn't getting opportunities on goal. Krychowiak getting sent off changes the complexion and the style of football needed to be played. Slovakia are doing very well on the counter-attack. Now they're the team that is basically going to control possession and territory. And they adapted to that very well, because within 6 minutes, Skriniar on 68 minutes scores from second phase play, much like the Scotland game with the Czechs' first goal by Schrick. Again, coming from second phase play, Skriniar gets in space, and it is a brilliant half volley, low and hard, and Szczesny is beaten by that one as well, because the Poles did not clear from a corner. It's almost a carbon copy of Schrick's header in a way. Second phase ball, cross comes back in, player loses his marker, finds space and scores the goal. And because Poland out of 10 men, Slovakia will be able to block those channels, and Poland have to go out and play. They make a lot of changes. They bring on a second striker. They're still creating opportunities. Their discipline was poor. They were giving away a lot of fouls, misplaced passes, and they were basically, they underperformed. With the quality they had, they underperformed. And, you could argue Lewandowski gets better service and better combinations in clubland at Bayern Munich, but there are still quality Polish players playing in the top levels at top clubs across Europe. And Slovakia, they choked the midfield, and because they, as I say, didn't have an out-and-out centre-forward or striker, Their front three, Duda, Hamšík, Mack, when they were on the field, they can drop back into the midfield and really choke it out. So when they do have a counter-attack, you've got 4 or 5 or 6 players close to each other, supporting each other on the counter-attack. And Slovakia were very, very good. They play to their strengths. They are the weakest team in this group that also contains Sweden and Spain, who play in about an hour's time. Getting this win blows this group wide open because, again, the 4 best placed third place teams on differential go through to the second round. And Slovakia getting a win and Poland suffering a loss really blows this group open because Poland got 2 tough games ahead against Sweden and Spain, which, because they didn't win this game, make that even more vital that they get a result against one of those 2 teams. Spain, while they are not the Spain of 2008 and 2010, they are still a very dangerous side, and Sweden always produce quality performances at international tournaments. They're always a very solid side, very well drilled, very well disciplined. They always have quality in there. Slovakia have a very good chance of getting out of this group because of that 2-1 win by playing to their strengths and basically playing a very unorthodox formation. So there we go, Slovakia 2, Poland 1. Let's see what Sweden and Spain produce. That looks set to be a very, very good game. This is a Spain team in transition, and Sweden always produce solid sides that always put in solid performances. So it'll be very interesting to see how the Swedes and the Spanish do at 8 o'clock. Thank you very much for watching. Place your thoughts below, and I'll have some more videos for you very, very soon.